I never change, Dirty soda treat me like a stain, Do whatever, get you paid, Rolling from the cradle to the grave,
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Texans going up against the Steelers.
Larry, despite the elements, these fans here in Western Pennsylvania, they wouldn't dream of missing this one as you get a look inside snowy Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Mariota now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And some room to work. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
What?
Open space inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown,
okay.
Houston. Keith Marshall hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Wow, really?
The tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Second down following the incompletion.
Here we go.
Throwing again is Watson. Goes underneath for Bell. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
No, I don't.
And that'll be accepted, of course,
Once you
and that
stop
moves him back
calling me,
5.
nigga.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here we go.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Here's Watson now on second down. That's complete to Cobb. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 18-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the gun on third, Watson. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. It's Watson out to his left. He may try and run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell.
Oh,
and he
come
stopped
on, Bell.
immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. On second down, here's Watson being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
Here we go. Ohio. Black round. Come on, let's go.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. interception here. Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case,
and he's going to go down again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Third and long here for Mariota. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They'll run with Marshall. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Third down, Mariota. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Hayward with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Now Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be second and 12. Watson now to throw. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a first and 10. first and 10. Here's Mariota. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Second down, Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Mariota from the gun on third down. Throwing deep here for Coleman. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play on third down for the Texans. 41 yards. Mariota now to throw on first down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. 23 yards on the play. Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough thing to do.
It is, and let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. Had a good move, but only able to work it to the 20-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Mariota to throw it. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Go for it, bum. Go for it, Cal. You scrub.
And they're going to go for it.
My nigga.
Try. Mariota's going to stay out there. Now Mariota. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. This is Bell on the dump off. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Steps away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Second down and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. To throw on second is Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break. Watson eluding the pressure right. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action.
Mitch.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Fuck tackle, niggas.
Is here if they get to that spot. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd down following the run. 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup
spin
and
off
leads
that
to a new
shit.
set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back
Nowhere,
near
nigga.
midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go! Brand 38!
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Oh, shit. These niggas don't even want to tackle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Here we go!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here, nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right at the 35. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go! 1-9!
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Nah, bitch.
The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Mariota to throw it this time. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now out come the Steelers. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility. And he's in. Touchdown.
Missed him.
Keith Marshall with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a